You know, when you're feeling sick, it's totally natural to look for anything that might help you feel better. And that brings up a really big question for a lot of people. What's the real deal with meditation and physical sickness? Is it some kind of powerful cure, or is it something else entirely? Let's dive in and find out. So let's just get right to the heart of it. Can this practice actually cure sickness? Well, the answer isn't a simple yes or no, and honestly, it points to a much deeper, more interesting way of thinking about our health. The answer our source material gives is pretty fascinating. It says, it can, but it is a far better prevention than a cure. That one little word, but, it changes everything, doesn't it? It immediately shifts our whole focus away from finding a quick fix after we get sick to building a solid foundation of health before anything even happens. And that brings us to the core theme here, this profound difference between preventing an illness and trying to cure one. It's really about a complete shift in mindset, moving from being reactive to being proactive. This slide really lays it out perfectly. On one side, you have the reactive approach. That's what most of us are used to, right? Fighting a disease after it's already shown up. But the proactive approach, that's a whole different ballgame. It's all about cultivating a state of internal balance ahead of time so that disease doesn't even get a chance to take hold. So how does this actually work in the body? Well, it's not some kind of magic. It's just basic physiology. When you have a consistent meditation practice, it helps create a more balanced nervous system. And that in turn lets your immune system do its job way more efficiently. The result? You just have a far, far lower chance of getting sick in the first place. And here's a really cool way to think about it. In this tradition, good health isn't even the main point. It's described as a coincident benefit, basically a really nice side effect of a much bigger journey. The real goal is something some people call enlightenment, this profound state of inner clarity and peace. The idea is when you put your focus there, physical well-being just kind of follows along naturally. Okay, that's all great for prevention, but what happens if you're already sick? What do you do then? Let's take a look at how meditation can actually support the healing process when you're right in the thick of it. The guidance here is actually super gentle and really practical. The most important thing is comfort. Meditate only as much as feels good to you. Don't ever force it. Be really relaxed about it. Lean back on some pillows if you need to. This is not the time to worry about perfect posture. And finally, alternate your meditation time with sleep. Just letting your body get the deep, deep rest it needs to heal itself. And this part is absolutely crucial. While meditation can for sure support your healing, it is so important to have the right expectations. It's not a magic bullet. It just can't instantly fix a condition that might have been slowly building up for months or even years. And that leads us to a much deeper way of looking at what illness even is. It's not just some random thing that happens to us. It's more like a signpost, pointing us back toward the path to balance. Sickness here is defined not as some attack from the outside, but as a situation that has tipped after a period of imbalanced living. Just imagine a scale, right? For weeks or months or maybe even years, little things, stress, poor sleep, bad habits, have been piling up on one side. Sickness is just that moment when the scale finally tips all the way over. So if the cause of the problem is a long-term imbalance, it makes sense that the solution has to be long-term too. The real path back to health isn't some quick fix. It's about patiently, day by day, building good habits, with meditation being a key one that create a real, lasting sense of balance in your life. But this idea of balance, it goes even deeper than just preventing a cold or the flu. The practice of meditation is ultimately pointing towards something much, much bigger than the health of our physical bodies. It's asking us to look at the ultimate goal. And the practice looks at a fundamental truth head-on, without any fear. And that truth is, sooner or later, these bodies of ours will disintegrate and die. It's a reality for every single one of us, and meditation is a tool designed to help us meet that reality. So if the body is temporary, then what could possibly be the greatest cure of all? Well, it's about cultivating a deep, unshakable sense of inner peace, what our source calls pure bliss consciousness. The more we can connect with that quiet, steady place inside ourselves, the more prepared we are for life's final transition. It makes the whole experience less overwhelming, less confusing. It's not a cure for the body, it's a cure for our relationship with life and death itself. And maybe the most powerful part of this whole thing is that the wisdom for this journey, it isn't something you have to go out and find from someone else. As the text says, the guru is in you. The teacher, the guide, it's already a part of who you are. So we'll just leave you with this to think about. Going beyond just diet and exercise, what does it truly mean for you to cultivate a state of deep, lasting balance in your life? Thanks for tuning in.